This is the Fifth Estate Winning Headlines, your media police post. In this segment, we summarize the headlines that you may have missed this morning, but we also take a look at the political pieces that we call cartoons in this country. Today is the 9th of December 2021, and I am Serbia.
I'm Tuam.
And I'm DK, and in case you missed the headlines, here they are. In the Daily Nation, Uhuru Brigade endorses RAILA. In the Standard, the Mount Kenya teams, yes to RAILA and list of demands. In the Star, revealed DP RUTO's campaign strategy. Does he have any?
We'll see.
And in the People Daily, why Mount Kenya leaders chose RAILA. Tuem, what inspired your thoughts today?
This Thursday, DK, we want to talk about William Ruto's pet subject, and that's his track record. Ruto has told us that none of his competitors have a track record like his. And you know what? We agree with him. In fact, we want to tell him that there's no vice president or deputy president, for that matter, with a record like his. He is in a league of his own. Perhaps you're wondering what track record Ruto would have that separates him from his competitors and predecessors. We will tell you that today. But first, the track record we have isn't necessarily in Uhuru's last 8 years. The last 8 years are Uhuru's years as president of the Republic of Kenya.
True.
Everything the ruling coalition has done belongs to Uhuru, not Uhuru and Ruto, just Uhuru. And we say this because it is not a co-presidency. It is Uhuru's presidency,
yes.
Period. In any case, Ruto has absconded duty in the last 4 years. Therefore, the track record we will use is Ruto's checkered history before he became deputy president.
Yes.
Everything we will say today is public record. Now, did you know that Ruto is the only vice president or deputy president in Kenya's history that has been found guilty of stealing land while in office?
Yes.
In 2013, a Nairobi court found Ruto guilty of fraudulently obtaining 100 acres from a man known as Adrian Muteshi. At the time, Ruto was accused of illegally obtaining this land. He was actually a cabinet minister and a member of parliament. That's not all. Some years back, Mwalimu Mati, former Mars Group CEO, told the country that before Kibaki came to power, William Ruto had the title deed of Processional Way. Here is a clip.
Road that leads from State House down into town. It's called Processional Way. Mr. Ruto actually returned the titles to that road in 2003 after the NARC election. In what capacity had he ended up owning a road is the question you should ask him.
Now, please remember, at the time he was accused of having the title deed of a whole road next to State House, he was just a member of parliament.
My goodness.
The point here is this. If Ruto was found guilty of fraudulently acquiring land when he was just a cabinet minister, what is he likely to do when he's president? If Ruto, who was just an MP then, had the title deed to a road that connects State House to Uhuru Park, what is he likely to do when he's president? But more importantly, if that wheelbarrow party is full of thieves, wash degenerates, murderers, and all manner of misfits, how will Kenya look under Ruto? The truth is this. If any of the stuff Ruto has been accused of is true, him and all his green and yellow misfits will feast on this country like piranhas. And that's because, according to Ruto and his allies' track record, their mindset is not multiplication of wealth. Their mindset is net consumption of wealth. In any case, Ruto himself told us in 2013 he only had 100 acres to his name. 8 years later, he has 18,400 acres.
Wow.
If he can accumulate all that land as a deputy president, what do you think he'll accumulate as a president?
The whole of Kenya.
Imagine.
If this is the track record, every Kenyan must be concerned as to how this country will look under him. Kwisha
maneno.
True, we are finished.
Kenya is a dangerous. You know, to him, you know, they say that Jesus will come back as a thief.
Yeah.
Like
and when I see people going to churches and contributing on Sundays, I am actually now indeed convinced that Jesus will indeed come back like a thief.
So, today I will be responding to the Star. In today's headline, they promised to reveal the DP's campaign strategy. But we already know what the DP's campaign strategy is. My way or the highway. As we draw nearer to the elections, we are bound to see more and more coalition talks. And as parties consider new alliances, we can't help but notice the differences between Azimio la Umoja partnership model and UDA's cannibalizing of small parties. At Azimio la Umoja, Baba is looking for equal partners to form a coalition that will foster unity of diversity and give political freedom to all.
Yes.
Meanwhile, in UDA, it's a one-man extravaganza, a circus with one-star attraction. Ruto is bullying and demanding anyone who wants to work with him to do exactly what he wants, when he says it, and no question asked. In fact, the UDA slogan should be total obedience, and the wheelbarrow should be replaced with a Nazi salute as the slogan, with the words, Hail Ruto below it. Ask yourself, why Ruto isn't interested in coalitions? It is because coalitions are about partnerships and negotiations, none of which appeal to him. In short, Baba is looking for partners in governance, while Ruto is looking for a dedicated cult following. He's taking us back to Chama ya Baba na Mama, KANU. And if it were up to him, he would reintroduce the repealed Section 2A of the old constitution.
Yes.
We further submit that it is not simply obedience for the sake of it that Ruto expects, nor the number of voters his UDA acolytes can marshal. There is a bigger game at play. Ruto is desperate for numbers in parliament. With MPs he can control to execute a continuous policy of disruption. This is his plan B in case he doesn't win. And increasingly, this possibility is bothering him, but he is nonetheless preparing for it. There is a reality in which Ruto sees himself as leader of opposition outside parliament. And he knows that if he enters a coalition with other parties, it will be easy for them to abandon ship once they have their seats, and he will be left with no office. But as UDA party leader, he will have one leg in parliament through his elected party members. He will use that leg in parliament to constantly try and frustrate President Baba's agenda in the August House. But his game of primary thrust will be to try and impeach Baba. He can only do this with numbers in parliament through a party he can control.
Yes.
He knows he might lose the elections, and since this is a do-or-die presidency for him, he will move a vote of no confidence against President Baba. And he will achieve this by precipitating a crisis. Now, this is where his cosmopolitan hustlers come in. That's why he's so insistent in radicalizing Nairobi and Central youths. He knows Kalenjins can only riot in Tinderet and Kapseret, and he needs to fan the flames closer to the seat of power. With that said, Ruto understands the benefits and the mechanics of a crisis. If he cannot get power through the ballot, he will seek power through precipitating a crisis.
Kalenjins will just protest in where?
In Tinderet, I don't know what
Kapseret.
inspires Tinderet and
Kapseret.
Kapseret, but I'm in love with the idea of President Baba. But let me talk about what inspired me this day today. And over the last few weeks, William Ruto has started flinging insults at Kikuyus. In Mero, he called them falas.
Yes.
And in Laikipia this week, Ruto told Kikuyus to watch your pussy.
Yes.
The question we want to ask today is this. Are Kikuyus being stupid? We think they are stupid. However, there is a twist to this conviction. Kikuyus only become stupid when they are executing a scheme.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain this. You see, high politics is warfare. And the art of war teaches us that all warfare is based on deception.
True.
So, if executing a scheme, you must appear harmless. This is what Kikuyus are doing to William Ruto. In war, this is also called the Tower of Paradox.
Yes.
And Kikuyus seem, did I say Kikuyus like Esther Passaris? And Kikuyus, for that matter, seem to understand the Tao of Paradox.
Yes.
In fact, they perfected it under the Moi regime, the one that lasted 24 years. Sun Tzu's Tao of Paradox says that those who strategize use the Tao of Paradox. When able, appear unable. When employed, appear useless. When close, appear distant. And when distant, appear close. They lure through advantages and take control through confusion. The idea with the Tao of Paradox is to create a fake reality to gain advantage. If Kikuyus fought in the Mau Mau, 2M in Serbia, if they ruled Kenya for 34 out of 58 years of independence, if Kikuyus own the majority of Kenya's economic capital, is William Ruto therefore right in thinking that Kikuyus are behaving like they are stupid?
Good question.
Question is, where is the lie? In our view, Kikuyus are misdirecting William Ruto. By the time William Ruto realizes what is going on, he would have lost the 2022 election. In the Tower of Paradox, when you don't like someone, you must pretend that you like them. When you don't like someone, you tell them that BBI is not good. Then out of 546 MCA, only 4 of you vote against that BBI. When you don't like someone, you appear in large numbers for their rally, like they happened in Meru, Nanyuki, Nyeri, and elsewhere. Then, after that, you cheer for Maina Jenga, the chairman. Because Kikuyus are political wolves, they have borrowed a sheepskin called Hustler Nation that we created at Fort Hall School of Government, and we believe them because Kikuyus are the original hustlers. This way, Kikuyus can trick Ruto and eat his UDA sheep and wheelbarrows by pretending to be a sheep themselves, although they know deep inside they are wolves. What am I saying here? Kikuyus are not that stupid, William Ruto. They will use the Tao of Paradox on you and keep you so busy, yet they will not take you anywhere. In the meantime, Baba is gaining ground. So guys, what is our winning headlines? We have a 3-part criteria that we use to determine our winning headlines, and we ask ourselves these questions. Is the headlines topical or speculative? Is it repetitive or groundbreaking? Is it thoughtful or just playing lazy? What do you guys think?
People Daily wins it. The rest are useless.
The last, you have to say it in the Kikuyu deceptive language. You have to say the last are useless. So I think we don't even need to discuss it.
Yep.
It's a people.
People Daily is winning headline.
And now on to the political pieces that we call cartoons, and also here we have a 3-part criteria that we use to determine whether the cartoons were useful to us. And we ask ourselves, are they humorous or dry, satirical or pessimistic, effective or just plain lazy? 2M, do you want to take us off with this cartoon section?
Absolutely. Let us go with the Nation, Daily Nation. You have Victor Ndula. There is a caption, 3 monkeys. And the 3 monkeys is a caricature of IPOA, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority. And they are reading the headlines, saying, and the caption, the headline there is, policeman had a pending murder case. Yes. And if the question here is if the cop who had killed 6 people had murdered someone about 6 months ago, why was he allowed to have a gun in the first place?
Servicing
I think that's a good question. I think we should keep that in the parking bay.
I think we should keep it. It's actually very topical.
Absolutely. Yes.
Serbia.
Yeah, the next one, the Star, caricature of a cop.
Yeah.
Yes.
The very big brain inside in life.
Yes, the caricature of a policeman whose brain is...
okay, it has a grenade,
yes.
so it's a ticking time bomb.
Yes.
So I think this is speaking to the predicament that we have in the country about mental health issues. So I think we should, even when the police are taking new recruits, I think this should be a consideration to just access the mental health of some of these new recruits.
No, absolutely. And I should think this is also with regard to the incident. I think it was in Kabete, where that cop shot about 6 people and also killed himself. And it's because he was just angry with, his wife for not, they had disagreed. Man, I just don't know what is happening. But I will echo what the president said yesterday at the GSU pass out. The mental health of policemen must be looked at very, very keenly. And I think they go through so much trauma, and yet little attention is paid to their mental health. But the caption there is a mental health, a ticking time bomb. If you have one cop that can shoot 6 people, let's assume 2 cops out of 10 can do this. Every year, we will be having a massacre. And I think it's due time the security sector chiefs paid due attention to these mental problems.
As a background of this, I've seen people, all of them completely nondescript, trying to victimize some of the young boys we saw yesterday passing out at the GSU pass out that was officialized by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And they're trying to say that these boys are suffering from whatever thing they want to imagine. But what I read from this video is that these boys are excited to serve their country. So
no,
I don't know what it means to 2M, to you, to all of us, but I think we need to treat our policemen as people who also go through some of the things, some of the depression, some of the issues that we also go through as normal citizens.
Well, yeah, that's up for public debate. But I think we just go on with this one. Gado, you have a picture or a monument of Jubilee. And it's a depiction of the Jubilee Party as a crumbling Parthenon. I don't know why Gado decided to draw this. The ruling party is what has doubled all the roads, what has doubled electricity, is what has done probably everything no other government since independence has done. So to try and make it look like it's a collapsing Parthenon, I think it's a little bit misleading, and for that reason we will trash it. Trash the standard. Last but not least, people daily. Yes, you have kids who have very long horns, and Magoha wants to dehorn them with a so-called corporal punishment. And the kids there have their arms on their waist, and they have a jug of, what do you call it? What do you call petrol. That thing? Some petrol, something of petrol.
Well, they've been using
a jerrycan of petrol, right next to them, threatening them to ban schools. Well, I think corporal punishment is a very backward solution to disciplining children. You cannot do competent-based curriculum and then you go back to...
That's what I wanted to say. That's like 2 steps forward, 5 steps backwards.
Yeah, I think the ministry will need to be a little bit more imaginative.
For me, I think the guys who are not doing, what is this thing? Competence-based thing, they should be subjected to corporal punishment. Those that are subject to the other one, let them adopt their ways of disciplining them. So on this one, I'm supporting CS Magoha. I don't know how good or how bad this one makes me look or makes us look. But I'm actually supporting, because I know we need the kind of dehorning.
We will make you DK, Minister of Education in Baba's government. So I think the star should. I think the star depicts the state of mind.
Star?
So we trust.
Yes,
I think the star captures our mind.
Absolutely,
it captures the moment. It captures everything. And I agree with you, 2M. That's the winning cartoon. So Serbia, we discard the rest. So on a day that we had a winning headlines from the People Daily and a winning cartoon from the Star, do you want to leave you with this quote? It is what it is. If Ruto will lose, he will lose because he decided that is what it is. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on your TV screens. We're on Pang Free to Air, Go TV, and Star Times. Have yourself a good time.
God bless.